And we talked about that dogma. Did I lose y'all? I think I lost y'all. Hey, Ash. Hello. Oh, no, you're good. You're okay. Y'all live life, man. It's Wednesday. I'm still just very proud of myself, so we're still there. For those who are in the hallway, welcome in. I hope you guys get a chance to stay with us. If you haven't so far, please check out the Hub Summit. Our Hub Summit is in a couple of days. It is in almost a week. Tomorrow will be 7 days away. And Savannah, I did not forget. I just ran out of time. My dad and I and the kid, we went riding around town with our scooters. And I didn't get back till late. Excuse me. But as soon as I get back to the house, I will be sending out the surveys for the people who've already registered because there was a glitch in the system. I hope that the glitch is fixed. I'm really hoping that the glitch is fixed. If not, everybody will get a nice little follow-up, realizing you did the best you could, but what you had would be tough. Yeah, get a nice little follow-up, realizing you did the best you could, but what you had would be tough. Yes. But what you had would be tough. Yes. Realizing you did the best you could with what you had can be tough to get to. That's very hard. Right? It's self-reflection, but you don't want to and the one thing that I realized, you don't want to spend all your life to figure out ways to heal yourself, right? Because we all come with baggage. We all come with some form of trauma. We all come with something, right? But your overall objective should be figuring out what those things are, letting it go as quickly as possible so you can continue to live, right? That big. So you can continue to live. And that's the overall objective. Living life the best way you can and trying your best not to cause harm to others while not causing harm to yourself. You come first. You come first. That's just what that part is. You are your first priority, because without you there is nothing. There's nothing around. There's a lady with her baby that just came in. I remember when I was that small. Little baby. I'm glad my baby is the size he is, though. Yeah, living with my mother again has been the best time. Man, reconnecting with your parents hold it over here. Reconnecting with parents as adults is like a whole situation. It's a whole situation because, especially if you lived outside of your state and you've seen people, you've seen other people, you've seen all kinds of stuff happening, and then you come back to your place of origin. I promise, I live with my mom. Hey, Mona P. I lived with my mom for 9 months. Oh. What's up, boo? I lived with my mom for 9 months, and it wasn't bad because it's my mom, right? And my mom, I was doing everything that I could to help her. Thank you so much for the likes. Everything I could to help her, but my mom was very independent, very, very independent. So it wasn't hard at all. And then she was living with her husband, and that was a whole situation. Because I don't got no time with you like I used to. By the time when I moved in with them for those 9 months, when I had to start over, hold on, I gotta fix this. All right, there we go. There's the location. When I was dealing with my mom, it was different because my mom, she was chill, right? My mom, she did whatever she wanted, however she wanted, and we would go out and do our thing together because we had that bond. We still had that connection. Living with my dad is totally different because I hadn't been around my dad on a day-to-day basis. Didn't talk to my dad every day. Talk to my dad once a week, maybe two times a week. I don't know. It wasn't as fluent as my mom. And being around him, being in his space, after 30-something years, it's like, this is interesting, all right? So I see, and then I've been in relationships, right? And so I'm looking at all these relationships that I've been in, and I'm looking at my dad. I'm like, Dad, God, dog. I see why. And I'm being so honest with y'all. I'm being 100,000% myself, okay? And there's no chasing in this venture. There's no chasing at all. No cap. So like staying with my dad, it's been like, yo, Dad, you remind me of most of the men that I've chosen in my life. Living with my dad reminds me of the man that I used to live with that I had to let go of. Like, nigga, you gotta go. Like, you're not helping at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing nothing. And my dad, he can't. There are certain things that he can do, and there are certain things that he can't do because he's sick. So, like, he's ill. And so, just looking at him, but his mental is very much like the men that I have dated. They are very much like the men that I have stayed with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally stayed with me. And it's just like, I see how I end up with these men. I can see it now. I can see it. It's so surreal. It truly is so surreal. Because it's like, yeah, this is why I chose these men. This is why I chose this guy. This is because that was my comfort. That's what I knew as my home. That's what I knew as my stability. So weird. It is so weird. Thank you so much for the likes, Mona P. Well, how are you feeling? For those who are coming in, please make sure you check out the Hub Summit. The Hub Summit is in a week tomorrow. 7 days. 7 days to the Hub Summit. I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. A wake up. It's been a true wake up call. Like, I'm going to say it because I can. Because I'm being honest. I know this might come back and bite me, but I'm being honest. So there's a man that is in my life. And he is about the same age as my dad. He's about the same age as my dad. And he's like 5 years less than the age of my dad. So he has children that are about 10 years younger than me. And it's such, I'm being so honest right now. I don't care, because this may help somebody. Good night. I'm being straight up honest. Shit. Can't take it back. Anyway, there's a man that's in my life. He's about the same age as my dad. And he came to visit me and Tiny Boss. And the two are night and day. And with him being here and my dad, I literally got the realest check of my life. The truest form of knowing that I have daddy issues. And because the two are literally complete opposites of each other in the way that he addresses his children, the way that he cares for his children, the way that he loves his children, and the same compassion that he has for me and Tiny Boss. And I had to look at the way that he treats his children and the way that my dad treats me and my brother and my son. And I don't know, today was relationship day thing, but I couldn't fathom the two, how polar opposite they really are. And it gave me two things. One, like I said, the realization that I got daddy issues. Like, I got true daddy issues. But two, it also shows me that whatever I felt comfortable with, I had made a conscious decision that wasn't okay for me. I made a conscious decision that it wasn't okay for me to have a man who didn't care about me. A man that would neglect me and my son. Neglect me and my son. Because he doesn't. He doesn't. Like, he doesn't. And the reality is, I'm being straight up, y'all. I'm being straight up. The reality is, my dad made a choice to neglect my brother and I, and my mom. And my dad knows it. Like, this is the thing my dad knows. My dad also knows that I'm not supposed to be here. It's the way that he treated us. I'm not supposed to be here helping him, trying to make sure he survived. That should not be my responsibility, because he made the choice of not letting us go. That was his choice. He made the choice to push us to the rug. My dad made a choice to neglect us. He made a decision not to have us in his life, or to have us in his life at arm's length. And so the choices that he made every day that I'm there is a constant reminder of the love he did not give to me and my brother. And I try not to, gosh, I'm being so honest. But I believe that this might help someone, so I'm just going to keep talking. Because I'm living it, right? My dad made a conscious decision to not pay, and to free myself. My dad made a conscious decision not to pay child support. He made a conscious decision not to be involved in our lives. When he got back from the military, he made a conscious decision to hold all of his benefits. He didn't want us to have nothing. And he said it, right? He said it. We had family counseling, and he was like, hey, I don't think y'all deserve anything. Matter of fact, I know y'all don't deserve nothing. Y'all didn't help me get to where I was at. And being a military family is challenging. I'm going to be very honest with you. Being a military family is very challenging because you don't know if your loved one is going to be here or not. You're constantly moving throughout the year. Thank you so much for the interest. You're constantly moving from year to year. For us, we moved every single year of my life. And that change is constantly adapting. You're constantly adapting. And then you have to be there for that person when they come back from PTSD. And that change is constantly adapting. You're constantly adapting. And then you have to be there for that person when they come back from PTSD. Okay, this is my story. I remember when I was a little girl, I couldn't even go in the room with my father when he would come back from being deployed. I couldn't go in the room with my dad only because, my dad would have reactions throughout the night. He was always dealing with PTSD in some shape or form because he saw things that I would never see. He was right? And so when he came back, he was not the same. He wasn't the same. And so knowing these things as an adult, but as a 12-year-old, 14, 15, 16-year-old woman, your child, I'm looking at things, and so your dad is telling you don't deserve this. And so we've been talking about deserving all that stuff. You don't deserve this. This also played into the actions of how I felt with the guy who was like, I don't want you, NaKeesha, I want this NaKeesha. All of the things stem from that. My dad was in, he wasn't in, was he in Desert Storm? My dad was in, was he in Desert Storm? I think so. My dad was the beginning of the watermelon people journey. So my dad was in the Persian Gulf War. It had to happen. My dad was in the Persian Gulf. Oh, snap. WAR. TikTok, don't shut me down. My dad was in Persian Gulf. My dad, what actually happened is, and I'm sure I don't care. And this is dating myself, but in 1986-87, the U.S. had gone into the Persian Gulf, and my dad was on a ship from a MISSILE launch, and they had the Persians had launched the Seal, right? I forgot I'm on TikTok, on my dad's ship. And for about a year and a half, we weren't sure if my dad was going to come back. So this was the beginning of watermelon people. I believe this is around that time. And that was in 86, 87. So I didn't know if my dad was coming back home. And then after that, you had Desert Storm. Then you had it was just a downward fear setting up in you too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this happened morning. It did? Okay. Okay, hold on, y'all. We're gonna go to the we're gonna go to the other side. Oh, give me a second. Hold on, we gotta go to the other side. Whoops. So, all of these things are happening in my life, right? All these things are happening in my personal life and the development of me, right? So I'm dealing with the idea that my dad might not be here. Okay, can I? Oh, absolutely. My dad might not be here. Then he has PTSD. And then we have the family counseling. And my dad is telling me I'm not good enough. And he doesn't think that I deserve his love and all of the benefits that he has to offer. If you don't want to answer, ask the question, baby. That's why I'm here. I really don't think military people should have family. That's the thing. It's like they are meant to have families. They're meant to have families. It does. It really does. But see, if you don't get married and you don't have a family.
There you go.
All right, cool. If you're married and you don't have so this is how the military does it. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
Oh, you gotta type it in, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It is. It's part of the program. So what happens is, hold on, y'all. I can't do 3 things at one time. There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You too. I'm gonna be back over here, guys. Get the pumpkins for my baby.